I'm going to start recording right now. My name is Judy Miller and I do some of the basic training webinars. And just to let you know, you will be getting a recording of this later on this afternoon. So if I'm going too fast, of course, please tell me to slow down, but you will be able to watch the recording over and over again if you'd like. Today we're going to be talking about the email builder. I'm going to be giving you some ideas. We're going to go over a few slides first, and then I'm going to get right into the software. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to write them in the little question box, and I promise to peruse through, watch those, and make sure that I answer them during my webinar, and at the end we'll have Q&A time. So with your Infusionsoft application, you do have access to our Help Center. It's located at help.infusionsoft.com. There you can find access to our user guide, so if you have any questions, you can type them in the top white box and find out the answers. Access to our tech support numbers, access to our mastermind webinars. So there is a tab in the Help Center that's called Webinars, and there you can register for the basic training webinars or go to the next button, which is the mastermind webinars. They're recorded. They've been recorded for a long time. They're about 5 rungs higher than the basic training webinars, so if you're searching for a topic like setting up your shopping cart or selling online, you can search for it in that webinar tab and find that webinar right on that page. There's lots and lots of them, and they're really, really good. And also, access to our chat line, so you can find out how to get access to our 24/7 chat line. So a lot of people come to this webinar thinking that we're going to go over a campaign, and tomorrow is our campaign best webinar yet. Tomorrow's our campaign builder webinar. Today we're focusing on sending a broadcast and making an email template. But some people don't really know the difference, so I'm going to explain them real quick. An email broadcast is a one-time broadcast, a one-time email that's sent to either your entire list or just a specific group of people. Like, we may not have the webinar tomorrow. Just kidding, we will. But if I wasn't having the webinar tomorrow, I could go and find everyone that registered for Thursday's webinar or had the tag Thursday webinar registry, and then send them an email or a broadcast off saying, hey, we're not going to be having the webinar tomorrow. Something came up and we have other meetings planned, but I will send you a recording. So a broadcast is a one-time email that you send off. You may know it as a blast. A campaign's a little bit different, but it does have emails in it. A campaign is a series of emails that are separated by timers that automate your follow-up or automate your sales process, but there are emails in it, so you still need to know how to make an email template in order to create a campaign too. There's other things inside the campaign builder like a task or a link click goal. There's other things in there, but there are emails, so you do, and we will create emails tomorrow in the campaign builder. The awesome things we're going to learn today is how to edit a template, how to add images and pictures. I'm going to give you some ideas on why to send a broadcast. I'm going to show you how to send a broadcast to your entire list, and then I'm going to show you how to send a broadcast to a targeted group of people. Cool? So buckle your seatbelts and we'll get started. So Judy, why would we send a broadcast and not put people in an automated campaign? Well, it may be a special greeting like a holiday. It's Memorial Day on Monday. So it may be a Memorial Day, hey, we're going to be closed for Memorial Day and spend time with our family. Or you may be having a barbecue at your dealership and you want to send an email out to everyone that's opted in lately to invite them to the barbecue. I just thought of that one because my daughter and I are going to a barbecue at Bill Luke because she wants to buy a new car. So we saw the email and we're going to go over there. So that broadcast actually worked for me and my daughter. It may be your monthly newsletter that you're going to send out. You may send it out the 5th of each month. That's my little tip for you. If you send a newsletter the 1st of the month, people are getting bombarded with stuff. Send it out the 5th or the 15th and they're not getting bombarded as much, and they may spend more time reading your newsletter. It may be something's happening. Somebody may have spent $1,000 on a program with you, and then they went to your website to check out some stuff, and your website is not working. So you may send off a broadcast and let people know, hey guys, don't be concerned. My website's under construction right now. It's going to be bigger and better and awesome, and we just wanted to let you know, so don't be concerned. It may be a special offer. We're having a Memorial Day special. This is a good one for holidays, any kind of special that you're giving. The next one is a really big one that a lot of people use with a flash sale or to create urgency, Black Friday. Home Depot does a great Black Friday in July, so that's kind of a little trick they do. But you create urgency. For today only, there's only 5 seats left. I only have 2 books left for $5.99. We have 15 iPads for, $300, the newest, the latest and greatest. When you create urgency, people want things when they know that they may not be able to get it. When they know that there's a limit on it, they want it more. And I think the most important reason to create and build to send off a broadcast is to create and build a relationship. Because people buy from friends, people buy from people they like. And once you create that relationship, when they're ready to purchase, when that pain is bad enough, they're going to get a hold of you. That's the way it goes. This is my little granddaughter, Everly, and usually when I send off a broadcast and I send a picture of my granddaughter, I get, people writing me back all the time, oh my God, look at her little pigtails. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. My granddaughter's name is Everly too. And all of a sudden I'm having communication and conversations with people that I never would have had conversations with before because I'm creating that relationship. Somebody may say, that's the ugliest kid I've ever seen in my life, and then we're really creating a conversation. But she is super cute. And just to show you that I'm not just making this up, Seth Godin, who is a huge, huge blogger and a great author, says people do not buy goods and services. They buy relations, stories, and magic. Isn't that picture of Everly just magical? It just makes you want to smile. And this is absolutely true. People buy from people they like. In good times or bad, when things are equal or not equal, people buy from people that they like, that they have a relationship with. So our email builder, that's the magic of sending a broadcast. It's easy to use. You can create multiple templates. So Priscilla, if you have 3 separate businesses, you teach yoga, you also do personal training at people's homes, and you also sell meal plans, you can have 3 separate templates with 3 separate banners selling those 3 separate products so that you're sending, the right message to the right people with the right banner. You can save and use templates in the campaign builder. So if you make a template and you absolutely love that template and you're like, oh, I want to use it on my campaign builder, you'll be able to by saving it as a template in the email builder section. And it's fun. It's super fun to create something for your business. It doesn't take a lot of time. There's lots of templates in there for you to choose from, and it's fun. So let me get into Infusionsoft and show you how to build out that broadcast. Just logging into my Infusionsoft application here. Try it again. There we go. So when I open up my Infusionsoft application, if this is your first time here, you're going to hover over the Infusionsoft logo, and even if you're just going to play around with it and you're just not quite ready to send that broadcast, you're like, okay, I'm just going to go into Infusionsoft for a little bit and just play around with it, you're still going to go to the same place. We're going to hover over the Infusionsoft logo, come to Marketing, and down to Emails and Broadcasts and click it just one time. Can you guys hear me? Because my computer just beeped. Let me make sure I turn off my phone so it doesn't scare the heck out of us in the middle. It's turned off. You can still hear me? Awesome. So when you go to Emails and Broadcasts, you're going to reach this screen and everyone's going to go to the same place when you first create your first broadcast or just playing around. You're going to hit the blue Get Started button. And that's going to bring you into our gallery, and I like to get my highlighter to show you this. Where you'll always land is on your gallery. Your gallery is going to take you into templates that Infusionsoft has created for you as your starting point. So if you're using MailChimp or Constant Contact, this is very similar. This is your beginning point. There's some plain templates, there's templates with images, there's templates that you may not like, but you can go in and change anything you want. The next bucket are previously sent, and as soon as you send an email off, it will automatically send that email into the previously sent bucket so you can find it again, just in case you want to send it out to another group and just change a couple of things. The next bucket are your drafts, and this should make you feel good because if you're practicing and working on a template and all of a sudden your dog needs to go out, your computer shuts down while you're outside, Infusionsoft will take that email you were working on and it will place it in the draft bucket so you won't lose it. And the last one is My Templates. And when you first open that up, there'll be a little sad email in there that says you don't have any templates saved. But once you start creating emails, you can save them as a template, give them a name that makes sense to you, and you'll be able to save it right there. So those are your different buckets that you can find your emails. People always call and say, I made an email and it's gone, I can't find it. And this is usually where it's in one of these buckets. So I'm going to open one of these drafts, one of these templates. I'm going to go over the pieces of it and how to change that. And then I've already created one to send out, so I'll go back out into our dashboard and show you how to send a broadcast. So I'm going to open up the Pine collection and hit Use this template. If you want to see what it will look like on a tablet and on a phone, because they are mobile responsive, mobile optimized, hit the little eyeball and you can see it on a template, and you can also see it on a phone. I'm going to use this template, and once I do, it will open up that template on a big screen. Now, you are not locked into anything that's on this template. The first thing that you notice is something slid down. That's our little slider. It's a header. This is where you can change who this email is coming from. So if they don't know you by your name, people don't know me by Judy Miller. They know me by the name of my business. I can change that by hitting this little pencil right here on the slider. And I don't want it to come from Judy Miller, and you may not want it to come from your name or the person that bought your Infusionsoft application that you're working with. So hit the little drop down, the little arrow, come down to Other, and I can change the name of my business. I'm going to call this Instant Marketing Ideas. And then the email address is who you want to be able to reply to. So if this email that you're going to send out, you want all the replies to go to your admin that lives in Texas, put her email address or his email address. I actually want this to come to my Gmail account, so I'm just going to type it in there. And now if anybody replies to that email, it will go right to my Gmail account. I'm going to hit Save, and then I'm not going to pick my recipients yet because I'm just playing around. I'm going to come to the subject line, and I can enter a subject line. Here you go for the month of May. And then I'm going to personalize it. If you've ever seen emails coming to your email box and it has your name in it, you're like, how did they do that? This is how they did it. I'm going to put a comma and put a space so it doesn't butt up against the comma. Come to this Merge Field button right on the right of the subject line. Click it one time. Come down to the contact fields most common. You can pick any of those fields in any of those drop downs. Pick the first name, and this will say, here you go for the month of May, Judy. Here you go for the month of May, Faith. And it will automatically put your first name in. If you don't by any chance have the person's first name, it will automatically default to friend. Now I'm done with this little header, so I'm going to hit the little arrow and push it up like a mini blind and get it out of my way. Now you get to build out this email. And the first thing you'll notice is on the left, all the way to the left, we have a design in blocks. It's automatically going to be in design phase. The design phase toolbar is right here, the one going down to the left. You can change the font color. You can change the hyperlink color. So if I want the hyperlink to be red, I can change my link to red. I'm going to do that so you can see how it changes. And I can even come and change the background color. I usually like to make it like a lighter gray. If you know the color code of your branding, you can even put the color code right here if you know the exact code. But you don't have to, because you can just use our palette right here. And you can email position left justified or center justified. So that's the design phase. Now I'm going to come over to the body of the email. If you notice it says generic enterprises, that's not my banner. That's not your banner. So I'm going to click on it. And when I click on it, I just want to delete that. It's taking up space and I don't want it. So I'm just going to hover over it, hit the little trash can, and delete it. There's a spacer there and I want to delete that space too, so I'm just going to hit delete. Now I have Pine Collection Shop and then my content. Pine Collection isn't my banner and it's not your guys' banner either. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on the banner, and when I do, you'll notice to the left the toolbar changed. Automatically changes. All you have to do is click on the image and the toolbar automatically changes. I want to change the image, and when I hit change the image, you'll see that all of your images come down in a little thumbnail. I'm going to choose this one, but I can even go in and I can hit change image. I can either pick up a new image from my desktop or a file on my desktop, or I can search for it. I can put Club Infusionsoft and my Club Infusionsoft banner will come up. So that's kind of cool that you can just search for your image. If you need to add a new image, just hit the browse button and add that image from your desktop. So this is my image. Once I'm in my image, you'll see the toolbar changes. I can make it smaller or bigger just by toggling this button. I can link the image to my website for my email address to pop up, for my phone number to pop up, for a document to be downloaded, and I'll show that in a little bit, to a landing page link, to a web form link, or an order form link. So if it was the Buy Now button and that Pine Buy Shop Now, you can have it go to an order form and they can shop right from there. I'm going to pause for a second and get a drink of water and let you guys breathe. And I'm back. Click my image again. It's always important and it's always a good idea to give the image a description, and I'm just going to put my Infusionsoft banner or company banner. And then I can change it to left, right, and center just by toggling. So I have my banner in. Now I'm going to go down to the next section, and it starts with section header. If you already have emails created in MailChimp or Constant Contact or Aweber, just copy those emails and you can paste them right in here. But if you're going to start from scratch, you can just start typing right here. Get my ideas fun for your newsletter. Then I'm going to put copy and content right here, so you can just highlight over it and write it. And now I want to make a downloadable link. So I'm going to type in, get your ideas now. Just click here. I'm going to highlight it because I want them to be able to click there and get my downloadable either PDF or my downloadable audio file or my checklist or my ebook, whatever I'm going to be giving them for free. Highlight. This little black toolbar appears right on top, right underneath the Infusionsoft logo, and I'm going to click the one that when you hover over it says create hyperlink, but it looks like a chain link fence. I'm going to click on it once, and this box will appear. I'm going to hit the drop down, and I'm going to come down to File, Download. If I don't have a file downloaded yet, I'm just going to hit Upload New File. That's going to grab the file off your desktop and bring it into Infusionsoft's home. We're going to host that for you. I already have my file added, so I'm going to hit the little drop down, and it was my ideas, so there's 5 fun newsletter ideas. Awesome. Now if they open up my email and they click on that link and download those ideas, I want to know, because I know that they're more engaged than people that don't click on the ideas. So I'm going to tag them. And if you came to yesterday's webinar, you know tags are the way we organize our groups or check on behavior, little, breadcrumbs that people drop off by doing certain behaviors. I'm going to hit the little tag, and I'm going to select a tag, Downloaded Ideas. When you start typing, if you already have that tag created, it will appear, or you can create one right on the fly. Mine's already in here, Downloaded Ideas, done, insert link, and I just made a clickable link just like that. But what if I want them to also have a button? Like I'd like them to click on a link or click on a button because a button stands out more and it's bigger. You can come over all the way to the left where it says Design, go down to Blocks, and the blocks will give you the opportunity to add things to this email template that's already been created. I want to add a button. So I'm going to look for button. There it is. And I'm just going to add it right to the bottom of my content. Get rid of that line right there. So there's my button. When I click on the button builder opens up to the left. So when you click on something in the email body, it's automatically going to change the toolbar on the left. I can change the name of the button to Get Ideas Now. I can change the button text. I can change the link, and because this is going to be a downloadable file, I'm going to come down and find File Download. There it is. I already have my file in here, so I'm going to search for it. There it is. And I want to tag them that they downloaded my ideas. So they have 2 places where they can click now. Change my button color, and I'm going to change it kind of like green, like the palm tree. Perfect. And now I have my button created. So when someone gets this email, they can engage either by clicking here on this content or clicking on the button. Scrolling down a little bit more, I have an image over here. When I click on the image, I can change it just by clicking Change Image. And I'm going to add this little guy right here, make him bigger or smaller, and then make a description, sad face. Come over to the right, And I can either change this content, or if I decide I don't want content there, I can just hit the trash can. So you can see how I'm just building out an email here. This is a dividing line. I'm going to delete it and grab another one just so you can see how to do that. In the buttons, or the blocks, there's a divider. Move it where I want it, let it go, and then you'll notice the toolbar on the left changed. I can make the dividing line wider or shorter, and then I can also come and change the color to whatever color I want. Make sure that when you're making an email, you don't make it too colorful. Try to keep one or two color themes so that people don't think it's a circus. Unless you want it to be a circus, and then you can make it a circus. Again, here's some more content. Here's another button. If you decide you don't want the button, just highlight it, hit the trash can, and hit delete. Now, what am I missing in this email? What do I want to add? I may want to add a video. Come over to my blocks. Here's a video. I'm going to put it right on top and let it go. Once I do, the toolbar on the left changes, and I need to get a video. So you may be using Vimeo, you may be using Wistia, you may be using Jivebox, you may be using YouTube. So I'm going to open up YouTube right now. And I'm going to search for Chris Blue Wins. If you watched The Voice last night, or if you're a Voice fan, I'm going to open up the video. And once you open up the video, you're just going to grab the URL in the browser window, just like that. Copy it and paste it right here in the video URL. So if you're using Wistia or Vimeo or Jivebox or wherever your video is being housed, you'll just grab the URL, hit paste, and now the video will appear, dun, da, da, just like that, with the play button right in the middle. If I want to add content, come back to my blocks. Again, I can make it bigger or smaller, and I can also change the alignment. If I want to put content underneath, I just grab text, put it right underneath, and I can come in and change the text. Pretty easy so far, right? If I don't want it, I can just hit delete. If I want some more text, I can either grab the text image block and move it, or I can just hit duplicate, and I can make a duplicate of the content just like that and make another paragraph. If you decide you don't want anything, click on it, hit the trash can, hit delete, and it will go away. What else would I like to add to this? I think I would like to add a group. So I'm going to scroll down because this is my newsletter. I'm going to grab group. I'm going to drop it right on the bottom. Or maybe I'll put it to the left of section header. Add an image. There's content and there's a button. If you decide that you don't want a button or you don't want an image, you can come over to the left, change the toolbar, and you can hide the button, you can hide the text, you can hide the image, or show everything. And then click inside the image and put in your image, just like that. Click on the button, change your button, just like that. The next thing I want to show you is the social media snippet, and I would recommend that you put the social media snippet on the top of your email and on the bottom of your email, because if people are on a phone, they're not going to scroll back up to find you on Facebook. So I'm going to grab the social media snippet, put it right underneath Infusionsoft, and let it go. When I let it go, you'll notice that it's gray, and gray means it's not set up. So you do need to come here and put in your URL. So you'll go to Facebook and add your Facebook URL. You'll go to LinkedIn or Twitter and add your Twitter URL. You'll go to, if you have more, you'll hit your plus sign. Go to LinkedIn, add your LinkedIn URL. This does not transfer to other emails, so I would recommend that you get an Excel spreadsheet and copy these all down so you don't have to, change them every single time, because that would be a pain in the neck. Again, add more. I can do my YouTube, Google+, Pinterest, and Instagram, just like that. And then when you put your URL in, it will automatically show up. And there we have it. You can make it bigger or smaller. You can change the alignment. And now you're saying, Judy, you told me to put it on the bottom too. Do I have to redo that whole thing? You don't. Click on the little block snippet you just brought in. Hit duplicate. Left click and grab it and bring it all the way to the bottom. And I'll show you why. I'm going to come and preview this, and it's going to show it to me on a template and a phone. Here's my social media snippets, and if somebody just scrolls down to the bottom and we don't have the social media snippets on the bottom, they're never going to see it again. But if they're scrolling down and looking at this and going, oh, this is awesome, I want to follow her on Facebook, they can click right there. So it's always a good idea to add it twice. The last thing I'm going to show you before sending off our first broadcast is the signature snippet. When I grab the signature snippet and drop it on my email canvas, it's going to look like this. And what that gives you the capability of doing is, just say that Cynthia owns her own real estate brokerage. She has 12 different real estate agents. She just sends out a broadcast every 5th of May, and she wants each of those broadcasts to go out to the person that owns that specific contact. So if Judy Miller owns 15 separate people that I'm working with, she wants to email the contact signature to be Judy Miller. If it's Tim that owns them, she wants it to be Tim. If it's Abe that owns them, she wants it to be Abe, and she doesn't want to have to send out 12 different emails from 12 different signatures. This will automatically put the contact owner in there, so we'll automatically grab their stuff inside of Infusionsoft, inside their contact record, and add that signature of the user that actually owns that contact. If you just want to use your own signature, you can just come here to the toggle in the toolbar, hit signature, and your signature will appear. I'm going to pause for a second and get a drink. I know some of you are thinking, you know what, Judy, I don't want to use your signature. Awesome. You don't have to use Infusionsoft signature. You can just add text wherever you want to add it and put until next week, until next month. I can't even spell. You can create your own signature for each template. You don't have to use the signatures that Infusionsoft has because you only get one signature per user. So I'm going to save this. It's automatically going to save, and I'm going to hit exit. It will automatically be saved in my drafts. I'm going to exit out of the email builder and go back to my dashboard and show you how to send a broadcast, and then we'll get to questions. To send your first broadcast, we're going to hover over the Infusionsoft logo, come to the marketing section, down to emails and broadcasts, and click it one time. Again, I'm going to hit the blue Get Started button. But this time, I created a template that I worked on this morning for you guys, and I saved it as a template. If I didn't save it, it would be in my draft section. It's coming. It usually doesn't take this long. This is what I made today, so I'm going to hit Use Template. Whoa, that yellow is a little bit too bright, so I'm going to lower it to a lesser yellow. How do you feel about the voice winner, Chris Blue in the house? Click on the emoji that matches your feelings and get a free download from us to you. If I click on any of those images, you'll see that they get a free report doc. They click on the sad face, they get the free report doc. They click on the cry face, they get the free report doc. That was just something for fun. Want to join us? We have a fantastic webinar coming up in June. It will be filled with information about how to use Facebook. Save Me a Seat is just a link to a specific URL or a landing page where they can sign up. Book of the month. We always love to include our favorite read of the month. This month we're highlighting a great marketing book. Take some time and check it out. Learn something new, then pass it on to a friend. And this is just the funniest name of a book. All marketers are liars, so I thought that was kind of funny. And if you have an affiliate program where you actually sell, a book of the month and offer a book and get paid for it, you can add it right here. And then see you next month. Until then, enjoy life, live life, and breathe. Judy and team. So let's go over this. Here's my image. Here's my social media snippet. Here's a dividing line. Here's content, an image, an image, an image, content, a dividing line, content, a button, a dividing line, another dividing line, an image, content, a dividing line, and content. That's it. It's text, image, dividing line, text, image, dividing line. And what did she forget on this email? She forgot to take her social media snippet and move it to the bottom too. Just like that. Now I'm ready to send it. I'm going to hit the little arrow on top that brings down the little box, and it's coming from Judy Miller at Infusionsoft.com. I want to change that to Instant Marketing Ideas and Hey Jude Miller. I'm going to put in a subject line because you have to make sure you have a subject line. Here is your May newsletter, ... and then I want to merge in their first name like we did in the other email. Most common, first name, done. Now I'm going to pick my recipients. Who do I want to get this email? If you want your entire list to get the email, just click on New Search. It's right underneath the recipients box to the right. It's going to bring up a criteria. I call this like a colander where you can just sift, sift, sift. But we want everybody to get this. So I'm not going to pick any criteria and just hit search. Once I do, Infusionsoft will bring up my whole list of 216 people. Then I'm just going to hit schedule or send and send it off. But I don't really want to send it to them because I'll spam them because they're not real people. So I can choose, maybe I want to send it to a specific person with a specific tag. So I'm going to find people with the newsletter tag. May newsletter and offer sign up tag. I only want to find people who have that tag. When I do, the list comes up with 3 people. Now I want to find people that have the downloaded ideas tag, and those people will come up. So you can choose by tag. I want to find people that come to my yoga class, they're beginning yoga students, and they have not paid for a membership yet. That's who I may want to target, so I look for those specific tags. Or I can pick my whole list. The next idea is you can save a search. And if you came to the webinar yesterday, we showed you how to save a search by picking specific criteria and saving that certain criteria group of people and saving that search. I saved a search, and the search is called what did I name my search? 2017 newsletter list. I already saved that. There's 3 people on it, and that's who I want to send it to. I have my people, I have my subject, I have my email created. It looks great. I'm ready to send it. Hit schedule or send, and this little box will appear on the right. It's a checklist, and it's letting you know if everything looks good. If I didn't have a subject here, see what happens? A little exclamation point comes up and says, hey, you need a subject line. When you're ready to send it, make sure you have all green check marks. I want to send it now, so I'm going to hit the Send It Now radio button, hit the blue Send Now button, and that email will go out, just like that. Now, it happens a lot faster. I went over a lot of stuff, so I'm going to send it again, but I just want to show you, after you send your broadcast, you'll get this great report. This report is called an email broadcast report, and it will show you in a pie graph how many people opened it, how many people didn't open it, how many people bounced, how many people opted out, etc. If you want to learn more about this, you can go to our Help Center and type in email broadcast report, and it will go over each one of those links. It's a great report. It's awesome. So let me show you how to send a broadcast again. Super easy. Emails and broadcasts. Get started. I think I'll use my previously sent one because I want to send it to a different group of people and change a little bit. And believe me, it's usually a lot faster than this. Here's the one I want to send. Hit Use Draft. This one's going to come from a different group of people, go to a different group of people, so I'm going to change the background a little bit, make it a little bit less bright. Schedule or send. When I do, don't have any recipients, so I'm going to pick my recipients. I can either hit, get rid of that, New Search, or I can start typing tags in here. I can do a new search, and this time I'm just going to send it to one person. I'm going to send this one to Abe. So I'm just going to type Abe's name in here. Hit search. It will bring up just Abe. Hit schedule or send. I want to send it now. Send now, and the email goes off, just like that. Pretty easy. Want to show you one more thing and then we'll get to questions? I wish this would bring this up faster. Just going to show you one more search option. Here we go. Use draft. Schedule or send. Whoops, no recipients. This time I'm going to do a new search, and I want to find people that have this tag, new yoga student. They clicked on a video. They downloaded my ideas, but they do not have the tag customer. So they have all of these tags. They came to all of these webinars. They have tag A, tag B, tag C, tag D, but they do not have the tag customer yet. So they're really engaged. They really like my stuff. It looks like they're going to buy, but they haven't bought yet. And then I target those people that do not have, so under tag 2, do not have this tag. And then I hit search, and I can just target those people that are not customers yet. Then I can send a different email to people that have come to all that stuff that are customers and try to give them an upsell. So there's lots of cool ways to shift through people to make sure you're sending the right message to the right people about the right stuff to get the right results. Cool? Cool. So I always have a challenge before I lock it up, and my challenge is for you guys to get inside Infusionsoft and create an email template. Add a link, add an image, add a document, add a video. Send out that broadcast to yourself. Save that template to your library, and I'm also going to be sending you the recording and a little workbook that I created just for fun. So if you want to watch the recording and do that workbook, you can just for fun. And if you'd like to add me to your CRM, my name is Judy Miller with an I, and my email address is basictraining@infusionsoft.com. I've had a couple people that I've actually opted in to what they're selling because I've looked at their email and I thought this is some great stuff. So you never know. It may be that I watched a video and it didn't work, or I clicked on something and nothing downloaded, and I'll let you know, hey, this didn't work. You may want to try it again. So let's go to questions. Cynthia asked, please let me know how I can access this recording. She has to sign out. You'll be getting an email, Cynthia, with that recording, but before you leave, I want everyone to know if you're not added to our Small Business Success Academy, and that's a free learning center where you can get free training from Infusionsoft, please let me know either your app name, the name of the business you're working with, so I can add you to that. How do we get your app name? Let me show you real quick. So don't leave yet, Cynthia. Your app name is right up here in your browser window. It's right after the HTTPS. It's 2 letters and 3 numbers. So if you send me that or the email address that you signed up with Infusionsoft with so I can look it up, I will add you to the Small Business Success Academy where you can get free training. You can add any users that you have inside Infusionsoft to the free training, and there's lots of stuff in there. So thank you for joining me, Cynthia. I know you need to leave. Any other questions? Do all docs, whatever for download, have to be hosted by you guys? Yes, Tim, they do. So if you're going to put a document for them to download, add it to Infusionsoft, or if you're just going to put it on a hidden page on your website, you can do that. You just wouldn't do file download, so let me show you that real quick. So just say I'm going to host this document. Here are my ideas. Highlight. Hit the little chain link fence. And instead of putting in file download, I'm going to put in the URL, and then I can put the page that I want to host them on right there. So if you're going to host them in Dropbox or if you're going to host them on a hidden page on your website, you're going to use URL instead of grabbing file download. The file download we host, the URL you can host. Cool? Can I copy an entire email plan and paste it in the image file? You can copy an entire email, Roger, and place it in an image file. Here's the problem. When you send it out, it may very well have a big propensity to go into a spam folder because there's more image than there is content. Even though there's content in that image, if I take a picture of a welcome home card or a brochure that I'm going to be sending out and put that in as a whole entire image, it very well may go into a spam folder and people aren't going to be getting it. So you can do that, but just to let you know, sometimes it goes into spam. Awesome. So one person asked, how do I get to tomorrow's webinar? Which is the best webinar of the week, by the way, even if I say so myself. Just go to our Help Center at help.infusionsoft.com, come to the Webinar tab, and under the Webinar tab, you'll see the Infusionsoft Basic Training. Just click on View All, and you can register right here. And we'll be learning that again. We'll be learning how to create a campaign, a very simple campaign. Roger, my email address is, oh no, I got rid of my PowerPoint. It is basictraining@infusionsoft.com. Right here. basictraining@infusionsoft.com. Pretty easy. So if you have your app name, you can just put it in the question box, and I'll go peruse it and make sure you guys are added to the Small Business Success Academy. Any questions that you have that come up, please find me at basictraining@infusionsoft.com. I promise to get back to you. And thank you so much for joining me. I know it's a lot of information. Tomorrow, you're going to knock your socks off because it is a lot of information for Campaign Builder. But it's awesome stuff, and making a simple campaign can get you some, some sales. It really can. We've seen people make $10,000 in 10 minutes using our Campaign Builder, so it works. It's really awesome. So thank you for joining me. I hope I'll see you guys tomorrow on the Campaign Builder. If not, you'll have to email me and ask me to send you the recording. And thank you again for being part of our Infusionsoft family. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Hope I'll see you on Thursday. Bye-bye.